Sheldon, and what does 8 more years of Morgan Riley mean to the organization?
It means a lot. I mean, obviously, there's the part of Morgan, the player, and what he brings on the ice. To have that secured is big, and it means a lot. Of course, just with his leadership and the fact he's the longest tenured Leaf here, and then he's showing the commitment to the organization that he wants to be here. Obviously, there's a commitment on the organization side as well, but I think it's a nice message from Morgan to the team that he believes in what we're doing here.
What have you come to know about him as a person in your time coaching, Sheldon?
Just incredible integrity, I think, would be the big thing. Great teammate, great leader, works extremely hard, puts the team ahead of himself, and yeah, I think he's just a very selfless player, and that, the talents and the abilities he has are a huge part of what he brings, but there's all those other intangibles that, there's a reason, why the organization's gone through a number of changes over the years, but he's the one guy has lasted and has been here and loves being a Leaf and all these things. And I think that passion and commitment that he has to the organization comes through with how he conducts himself every day.
Is there a story or an example of that selflessness? I remember when you took over, I think there was a story that maybe came to you and said, if you want to take me off the power play and get Tyson going, maybe that could be a good thing. I'd be up for it. Or anything cross your mind when you think about that?
Well, that's one thing. I mean, it wasn't a situation where he came to me necessarily. I don't think you ever want players coming to you and volunteering to play less. Yeah. But I made the suggestion, and not many players would take that information well. Especially players with his ability don't want to come off the first power play unit and things like that. But he understood the situation at the time and was all about it. And it's one thing to say that, but then how you conduct yourself when you leave the office and how you approach, the next day and how you are around your teammates and how you play, those are the most important things. And he didn't let it affect him or his game or how he treated his teammates or how he acted around the room. And those are the types of things that you see. But just even how he conducts himself out in the community and how he's involved in community initiatives. He's just a guy that recognizes his role that he has in the community and around the league, and sets a good example all the time.
He said he's so modest. He said he told you not to bring anything up, but obviously it was a great moment. Like, what was that like from your perspective?
Yeah, I spoke with him briefly because we didn't know, or at least I didn't know before or earlier this morning whether or not or when the announcement was going to be made officially. Yeah, so I talked to them a little bit about it as I was told it was going to be announced basically while we were on the ice. So he said, I don't want to make a big deal of it, and that's he's a modest guy. That speaks again to what he's like, but I felt it was important to give him that acknowledgement, and it's a cool moment for his teammates to acknowledge it there. So I'm sure he appreciated it deep down.
On the ice, Sheldon shuffled the deep pairings up a little bit. What went into that decision and sort of the structure that you have between the three players?
We just haven't played well enough as a unit defensively. That's as a team. That includes the forwards and their contributions as well. But just the D pairs and the D core has not played well enough. And it's not just Justin Holl, but Justin Holl has not played near his level that we've come to expect, and he's earned a greater degree of expectations and responsibility here through his play and the way he's performed for us, but hasn't been to that level here to start with. And he's not the only one, but he's not going to play tomorrow, and that in itself changes the chemistry of the group. But we wanted to move some things around and just see how that looks tomorrow.
Austin seemed to be playing with a little bit of an edge, especially as that game wore down. What did you see from Matthews in Chicago?
Saw lots of urgency. A guy that was showing just how badly he wants to win, how badly he wants his team to do well. He takes a lot of that on himself, but at the same time, we want him to be a guy that leads by example and the effort and the determination that he plays with, but also how hard he competes and how hard he wants it, and hope that rubs off on his teammates.
Peter was in his own net for all of practice. Is he on track to get back in the lineup tomorrow?
Yeah, Peter will start tomorrow, yes.